It is not who you are that's holding you back. It is the illusions of who you think you're not. This is Anders Hansen, and I'm here to help you shatter those illusions and live the life of your dreams.
Hi there, this is Anders, and welcome to Insights to Impossible. In this week, I want to talk about a concept that I have used in magic for 20 years called the Metamorphosis. And that will relate very well to your journey in personal growth. And I'm going to share with you why that is. The metamorphosis is the transformation of one thing or person from one state to another state, either through natural or supernatural means. Now you can also look to nature to find that analogy working so beautifully well. Look to a caterpillar that turns into a beautiful butterfly. Often when you look back on your own journey and you keep doing certain things in a certain way, every day, you will get to a point where you look back and you realize that you have become a different person in the process. And I'm going to share with you 4 steps today that will help you do that very effectively to create your own personal metamorphosis. All right? So in magic, as I said, we've used this term a lot. I used to perform an illusion where I would get into a clear trunk. You can actually see through it. My assistant Mike would help me here, and he would help put me in the trunk, close the trunk, put a lock onto the trunk, and then he would stand on top and we would change places. Now the metamorphosis would happen when people would expect him to pop out of the back, but instead a beautiful dancer from the cast does instead. What happened? They exchanged places. One transformed into the other, or so it seemed. That is the same type of transformation you are going to experience as you continue your journey into personal development. So there's 4 steps that I'd like to share with you today that I hope you will entertain in your mind and really make sure you integrate. And the first step for us to be able to expect any kind of transformation is to be coachable. Are you truly coachable? You see, a lot of people come to me often and they want advice and they want to know what to do to get results they haven't gotten before. And the first thing I ask them is, are you willing to do things you haven't done before? And at the get-go they say, yes, I am, but they really aren't. Because their intellect, their logic starts to kick in and tell them all the reasons why it's illogical, all the reasons why it's silly. And so they're actually not coachable. They're not willing to do the uncommon to get results they haven't gotten before. So that's the first question you should ask yourself. Are you truly coachable? And are you following people who have demonstrated by results that they know what they're talking about? Most people are not. So that's the first step. Be coachable. And then you and I need to raise our personal standards. That's right. We need to raise our personal standards, and that includes the promises we make to ourselves. I can make a daily commitment to an hour of study every day to expand my mind. There's only one way to raise your conscious level of awareness, and that is through study. So I would suggest you raise your personal standard by committing 1 hour every day to your own development. I've done that for years, and it's done wonders for me, and it keeps giving me returns out of all proportion to what I spend on it. So let's raise our personal standards. Let's stick to the commitments we make, because that has another benefit to it. It helps improve your self-image. That's right. The more you follow through on your own promises, the higher you're going to think of yourself, the more you're going to respect yourself. And then the third step that's so crucial is discipline. You're not going to move very far without discipline in your life. And discipline is not necessarily what we think it is. Bob Proctor, my mentor, taught me that, and it is definitely one of the most valuable things I have ever learned. I am forever becoming more and more disciplined. That means discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. Coming back to what we talked about before, raising your standards, you couldn't have one without the other. When you apply discipline, you automatically start raising your standards. So discipline is when you commit to something, you give yourself a command and you stick to it. Here, it's really valuable as well to team up with an accountability partner, because there will be times where you need people around you to help hold you accountable to your journey. There will be days when you don't feel like it, days when things aren't going too great. That's when you need your accountability partner. So make sure you are part of our Real Magic community and team up in there. There's like-minded folks from all over the world that will help you stay on course. And the last thing, the fourth step here in creating that transformation, the metamorphosis in your life, is to do the illogical, do the uncommon. So for a full day, I challenge you to do everything opposite. That's right, everything, as down to the smallest detail. Maybe it's even the way you brush your teeth. If you usually do it with the right hand, try doing it with the left hand. If you go home from work, try take a different route. Order something different at lunch. Do everything different. You see, creativity is the opposite of routine. And we have a tendency to fall prey to an old routine, an old pattern that we keep living out. And it's that pattern that keeps giving us the same results. And those are the results we're trying to change, right? So let's get into the habit of doing the uncommon, doing things we haven't done before. And that will add to the results you haven't gotten before. So those are 4 steps that will help you in creating that metamorphosis in your life, that transformation that I know you're yearning for. Apply them and watch everything in your life start to change. Comment below, let me know what you think of the subject this week, and make sure that you join us for Real Magic Live, either here in Miami live or through the live stream that we will make, that is also available now on the page actually, that enables you to tune in from wherever you are in the world and be part of an experience that you are never going to come home from. So whether you're here live or whether you're tuning in through the live stream, I guarantee you that you are going to be needing a telescope to look back at where you started. And that will be a way to really amp up your transformation starting today. So click below, sign up for Real Magic Live, leave us a comment, let us know what you think of this week's subject, and maybe ask questions in terms of subjects you'd like for me to bring up. And we will definitely do that as well. It's not who you are that holds you back from anything you want in life. Nothing holds you back from anything you want, except all the illusions of who you think you're not. This is Anders Hansen. I'll see you next week.